Hey guys, Joe here from Foolproof Hunter. We're back. I'm here today in Pensacola, Florida. Going to do some bourbon hunting here all day. Try to hit as many stores as I can. We're going to start off with a couple of these liquor stores. I'm here at Publix here off 9 Mile Road. We're going to go inside and see what they got. All right, so Publix was a bust. You know, it's a big grocery store chain. I get it. They wanted me to contact their media group and, you know, get permission to film and all of that. So that's fine. So I looked around the store. They didn't really have anything that was interesting to me. They had a few things, like they had blue runs and some other things, but nothing that really interests me that I was looking for. So now we're here at Liquor Cabinet. So let's go check them out and see what they got. All right, so back from Liquor Cabinet, that was pretty much a bust as well. Pretty much only had the commodity stuff, small store. They had a few allocated things behind the shelf, behind the counter, but way above secondary prices on even just normal stuff. Anyways, so I also stopped at Walmart, Fine Wine and Spirits, little location there, and that was a bust as well. It was closed. So far, all this driving into Florida and 3 stops in and bust. So hopefully the day gets better. We got some actual liquor stores on the agenda. So I love stopping in these little stores like this because you just never know what they might have. They might have some Dusties on the shelf, you know, some old stuff. So you really just never know. It's kind of like going to a flea market, you know, you just never know what you might find. So let's go find an actual liquor store that we can hunt in. Okay, now we're at Richie's East. I believe this is 9th Avenue, Richie's East. Let's go check them out. All right, so that was Richie's East. Same thing in there. The guy told me the owner kind of shies away from filming because of prices and whatnot, but no worries. So I was able to pick up a really cool bottle that I can't get back home. One of these Evan Williams single barrels. This is a 2015. So that's pretty awesome. I think that was $32. So that's something I can't get back home. I do see it in the military base stores and stuff like that, but as far as just sitting on the shelf, that's just one that's not there. So that was pretty cool to pick that up. So let's go on to the next store. All right, now we're at Fusion Wine and Liquor. Let's go check them out. Okay, so back from Fusion Wine and Liquor. She had to talk to the store manager or the owner about filming in there, so I told her I would stop back by on the way back. But so we'll try to stop back by because I have to come back through this area just to get back to the interstate. But they did have one of those Von Payne blacks in there with the cool decanter bottle and the little gargoyle pouring top. I almost bought it just for the bottle because I haven't heard great things about the whiskey inside. So yeah, I almost bought it just for the bottle because the bottle is a 10 out of 10. I mean, it's I figured if I couldn't drink the whiskey, I could, you know, use it as a decanter afterwards. But for about $60, you know, so I figured maybe I'll pick up one later and do that with. So all right, well, let's go try to find another store. All right, now we're at Cheers Wine Market and Spirits. Yeah, Cheers Wine Market and Spirits. Let's go check them out. Okay, so just got done in Cheers Wine Market and Spirits. Really cool store, really clean, great bourbon selection. Dude is super friendly in there, but the music was so loud I didn't film anything. But I did walk away with one bottle that I've been searching for a while, and that's the RD1 finished in maple syrup. So super glad to grab that bottle. So on to the next store. All right, now we're at Total Wine here in Pensacola still. So they're notorious for not allowing you to film either, for watching other YouTubers and whatnot. So let's go in and see what we can find. All right, so back from Total Wine. That was pretty intense. That's my first time inside a Total Wine. Not as big a bourbon selection as I was expecting, but it was a decent size. You could tell they had a lot of their store brands in there, right? And they were pushing those pretty hard. But so I had to choose between 2 bottles. One that both I'd been looking for a while. But the you know, the bourbon budget is pretty tight these days. So I walked away with a Toasted Fiddler. Been hearing great things about ASW. This one's 59%. So super excited for that. I did have a Redwood Empire Screaming Titan in my hand, but again, budget's pretty tight these days, so you got to make cuts where you got to make cuts, right? So All right, so we're going to try to hit a few more stores. It's getting kind of late in the day. It takes a long time to drive around this city. Some great stores, but not getting a whole lot of footage here. So, man, the bourbon hunt videos here lately have been tough, to say the least. So, now, all right, on to the next store. Last and final store, Cost Plus here in Pensacola. So great store, amazing selection, super friendly staff and all, great selection. Had a lot of store picks in there, so amazing selection. So I was happy to walk away with this bottle, Redwood Empire Foggy Burl. This is batch 2, I believe. Yeah, batch 2. So not the most successful day as far as getting footage and all, but a really good day as far as finding bottles. Yeah, sometimes this bourbon hunting, as far as filming it, can be pretty difficult at times. So it seems to be getting harder and harder to get footage. I don't ever call ahead when I do things. I just show up, and a lot of times that just means the manager isn't there, the owner isn't there, and the store clerks don't know if they can film or not, and some of them don't even know what all this is, as far as somebody in there with a camera, wanting to film the bourbon and talk to themselves. So it's pretty funny having some of these interactions with people. But all in all, Pensacola, not a bad spot to check out. A lot of these stores though are far and spread out and everything, but so it takes a long time to get around. I did not hit even probably 50% of the stores that are in town. There's probably 30, 35 more stores I could hit, but I got to jet back and get back before it gets too late. So I appreciate you watching to the end. There wasn't a whole lot of footage in this. Anyways, I got some interesting bottles for some reviews and some other things to do. So until the next one, cheers, y'all.